Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be ranking every single farm skin in TDS. So, let's get started. In the 14th spot, we have PNG Farm. This skin is just terrible. It's two-dimensional, which makes it completely hard to see when you're actually playing the game. One side is just April Fool's, which never changes, making it hard to tell what level it is. But at level 1, it's got some wheat. Level 2, it gets trees. Level 3, the trees now have berries, and the path that's down here now has bushes. Level 4, it turns into the space version of that, and at level 5, nothing changes. The April Fool stays the same the whole time, but overall, it's just really lame. And even though it has a custom effect, it's just not very good.
Farm money collect sound effect.
In the 13th place spot, we have Default Farm. Default Farm is just pretty basic, with it using some old Roblox textures that just make it look kinda weird. At level 0, it has potatoes. Level 1, it has carrots. Level 2, it has wheat and has a fence now. Level 3, it's got a path and trees. Level 4, the path now has bushes, and the trees have apples or berries on them. And at level 5, the leaves are replaced with bright blue lights, and the grass overall looks a little bit more space-themed, with the path being metal. This skin, not horrible. No special effects. I just feel like it's kind of boring, especially with no special effects. And plus, it's the default skin, so it's not rare one bit. In the 12th place spot, we have the Cozy Camp Farm. This farm is just pretty boring, and at level 0, we've got a fire with some logs around it. Level 1, it now has some logs to stoke the fire. Level 2, it now has some marshmallows and a little bit of a dish around it with what looks like some little wood chunks. Level 3, it now turns into a pine tree with a tent being around the smaller campfire. Level 4, that now turns into a log cabin. And at level 5, there's more pine trees, and the log cabin is upgraded. This farm skin is overall just pretty boring. There's not much to it. It's just kind of the same campfire the whole time, and the log cabin is just small and uninteresting. And that's why it gets the 12th place spot. In the 11th place spot is the Ducky Farm. This farm skin, it's alright. A lot of the ones from here are starting to get better, but this one is still just slightly boring than it probably could be. However, this is what it looks like at level 0. Just 4 eggs in a little nest. Level 1, it now has a duck. Level 2, it is now a duck in what looks like a small little house cabin, maybe a bridge, kind of hard to tell, but there's lights around it. At level 3, there's now eggs around this house. Level 4, the duck starts to break out of it, and at level 5, some of the eggs have hatched, and the duck has fully brought his head through the roof and has pretty much fully destroyed this house. This skin is not horrible, however, it's just pretty boring. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just kind of there, and the ducks are just mainly water supposed to make it good. Kicking off the top 10, we have the Wasteland Farm. This skin is actually not that bad, with it being an oil pump at level 0, an oil pump with railing at level 1, 2 of these oil pumps at level 2, 1 upgrade oil pump at level 3, 2 of these upgrade oil pumps at level 4, and at level 5 it is now a full oil rig. This skin is not that bad. I personally think it's one of the better skins. However, it is just overall underwhelming compared to some of the other ones higher on this list, with it not really having an effective cash effect, and the overall just aesthetic being pretty much set up to be boring, as the Wasteland aesthetic is just mainly boring. And this is one of the ones that doesn't capitalize on the more unique designed ones. It just looks like a basic oil rig, and that's about all it is. The moving crane is, however, pretty cool. In 9th place is the Xmas Farm. This skin is actually not that bad. It's got the unique sound for cash effects. It turns into a big old Christmas tree, and I think it looks pretty good, which is why it earns 9th place. At level 0, it is just a branch with an ornament on it, inside of a pot. At level 1, the branch now has leaves on it. At level 2, it now turns into a pine tree with no ornaments on it. At level 3, it now turns into a large pine tree with snow on it. Level 4, it now gets ornament lights and a Christmas star on the top. And at level 5, it now has streamers around it and presents underneath the tree over top of a carpet. This skin is really nice. It's taller than the player normally, unless you're super tall for some reason. And the cash effect isn't the worst thing in the game. At 8th place, and requiring me to use my friend's account for this one as I don't actually own the skin, I have the Present Farm. At level 0, it is just a little bit of snow with a present in the middle. At level 1, it now has 2 presents over the same chunk of snow. Level 2, it now has 2 presents with a TDS sign. Level 3, it is now 3 presents with the same TDS sign. Level 4, 3 presents are now on a sleigh. And at level 5, it is now Santa's sleigh, and he now has the presents in the back. I do really like this skin. I just do not have it, so I'm not able to really use it. And I just think it's overall pretty good, which is why it earned the 8th place spot. And in 7th place, I have the Pirate Farm. This is a pretty nice looking farm. It's got a little winding river, not really winding, but rushing river with a small boat in it, some mountains, and a little bit of sand. At level 0, it's got a small little paddle boat with some money bags in the back. At level 1, it turns into a sailboat with money bags in the back. At level 2, it now has a pirate chest on the front. It's a larger sailboat, and it still has 2 little money bags. At level 3, who would have guessed it, an even larger sailboat that turns more or less into a pirate ship, but I'd say more. It now has cannons on it. Chest is still there, but it now has the steering, so yeah, pirate ship. Level 4, it turns into a new, larger pirate ship with double the cannons, probably double the gold, and there's now some little windows in the back. And at level 5, it now has black sails, way more cannons, even more gold, with now 2 treasure chests, and it's just outright bigger. It looks pretty cool. I like the movement it makes. It's just overall good. I like this a lot more than anything under it. In the 6th place spot, I have the Graveyard Farm. This skin, while it uses the older style of farms, still looks really good, even to this day. I like the aesthetic of it, and the unique cash effect that it has. At level 0, it's got 3 small tombstones. At level 1, the tombstones are upgraded. At level 2, it is now a coffin in between some walls. At level 3, there is now a pillar where that coffin was, and there is now a tree to the side. At level 4, there is now a statue on that pillar. And at level 5, the statue turns into Lord Sinister, and there is now gray walls all around it. This skin, like I said before, is one of my favorites, just because the aesthetic of the graveyard is really nice, and the unique cash effect is even nicer. In the 5th place spot, I have the Crypto Farm. This skin I personally like just because of its first 3 levels. Everything else after that is just kinda okay. But let's get started with level 0. There's a small L desk with a guy sitting at it with a laptop, showing a small little stock graph. At level 1, it now turns into having a server rack kind of thing. Another laptop now showing what I believe to be an NFT, and the man now has a fedora. At level 2, he now has even more server racks, money, and his L desk has turned into a black L desk. At level 3, the server racks are now red, and he now has a triple monitor setup, and is using his money as a footrest. At level 4, he now has a modern mansion garage with solar panels, a Cybertruck, he now has a mustache, and I wonder who he's supposed to be, with tons of money. And at level 5, he now has a rocket with a Tesla Cybertruck strapped to it, standing on stacks of money, with a large tower, like launch tower, holding it up. I still wonder who this guy is supposed to be. This skin, I personally like, just because of the first 3 levels, because they kind of remind me of a gaming setup, and I'm kind of a computer nerd. There's not really anything too unique about this, but considering that most of the time the first 3 levels are sometimes all you use, the first 3 levels can dictate a lot. And that's why I put this in the 5th place spot. In 4th place is the Arcade Farm. I placed this in the 4th place, mainly just because this is one of the more simplistic ones that still looks really good, using a really nice, simplistic design of just a basic arcade. At level 0, there's just one little red arcade machine right in the middle. At level 1, there's now a pink arcade machine right next to it. At level 2, they now turn into a kind of salmon and green arcade machine. At level 3, it is now multiple different arcade machines, 4 of them to be exact, over top of a red flooring with a little step going up to the top floor. At level 4, there is now 6 of them, each different colors, besides these 2 for some reason. And the step is still there with the red flooring. And at level 5, it now turns into one large golden arcade machine with a golden floor underneath it. This skin, especially at its level 5, is so simplistic, but yet still just looks so good. I love the golden design of this one. I love the level 3 simplistic 4 arcade machine design. It's just overall one of the better farm skins, and that's why it is just barely outside the top 3 at 4th place. Breaking into the top 3, we got the Tycoon Farm, one of the more classic original farms that everyone used to use. This skin reminds everyone of the classic Roblox Tycoons. Starting off with just the basic spawn, not even claimed yet. We've got the level 0, still with no droppers yet besides the starter dropper, and the little collection with the conveyor. At level 1, it appears to now be claimed with a single dropper and upgrader, and it now has walls up to it. At level 2, it now has yet another dropper along with what appears to be the guardrails to keep the blocks inside of it, and it looks like some of these little gear collector spawn things. At level 3, we now have the owner-only door, a second conveyor started. This one is maxed out now, with an upgrader at the end, and all 3 droppers already earned. At level 4, there is now a second story with a mega dropper, and at level 5, it is now fully closed off with some little tube kind of things to let out all of the gas, and some walls at the front. This skin is just one of the most classic skins that you can get. It's really nice, even though it doesn't really have any unique effects or any animations. It is just clean, looks good, and is just perfect for what you want in a farm skin. At 2nd place, I put the Vendor Farm. This was one of the longest awaited farm skins being revealed a long time ago, and then eventually becoming a kind of like goal farm skin, but it gets 2nd place because not only has been long awaited, but it looks good, and it is one of the few farm skins to actually have a unique cash give sound effect and visual effect. At level 0, it is a man wearing a lemon tank top with his lemon glass and lemon pitcher with a standing table with $1 lemonade. At level 1, he now has more glasses of lemonade, and that's the only change. At level 2, he now has a wooden stand with a sign saying lemonade, and it is now apparently $10 per glass. He now also has some little boxes behind him. At level 3, he now has a very large lemonade paper kind of sign thing with metal bars on the side, a larger kind of pitcher bottle for lemonade, and it appears to now be $25 per glass. At level 4, there is now some basic designs added to this, and at level 5, there is now an entire booth for this with some balloons, a small fence behind him, lemons, pictures of lemons. It appears to now be $50, and he also has a tip jar now, and it now says fresh lemonade. This skin is just so good. It is very nice to know that they definitely did not disappoint by releasing this skin so much later than they could have, and still made it look good. That's all for this one. At number 1, who saw it coming? It's the Booth Farm, the Mission Quest farm, the best farm in the entire game. This was part of a Please Donate crossover, and it is just the booth from Please Donate. Starting off with a wooden one with some terrain around it. It has a random message at the front, a random person in the middle, unless it's your first farm where it'll always be you, and a random assortment of donations. At level 0, it's just wooden. Level 1, it is a kind of bronze stand. Level 2, it is a gold stand. Level 3, it's a diamond stand. Level 4, it is a futuristic floating stand. And at level 5, it's the Mega Crane, the largest farm in the entire game. Amazing, with you just sitting at the control area, just moving it around. This skin gets first place because of its sheer size at level 5. Amazing looks at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every level looks really good and perfectly accurate to the stands in Please Donate. And its unique cash effect is just perfect. And that was my list of every single farm skin in TDS ranked. I hope you all like this video, and make sure to give it a like, make sure to subscribe, and congratulations for making it all the way through. Have a good day.